Hey everyone, we are so excited to the reaction in the community for the pod. I need to take a moment of your time to tell you to please subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts or hit the follow button on Spotify. We are in the humble beginning stage of our show and establishing a listener base is of paramount importance and will help us determine the frequency of future episodes. Thanks and enjoy the show. Greetings and happy holidays from Neuse Little Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Gore, and we have a special Christmas presentation for you today. We're going to try to release this on Christmas Eve, but if not Christmas Eve, definitely by Christmas Day. We hope all our loved ones and families and Neuse Little Theater members are having a good holiday season and celebrating safely in whatever way that may be. I'm joined here by Meta Toole. And Mita, what is it you usually do for the holidays? What's one of your traditions?
I don't do a lot for Christmas. My family never kept a lot of Christmas, but over the last few years, Steven and I go spend it with his family, who they do a lot of Christmas. We usually meet up at his sister Carol's house, and we have lasagna.
I honestly, we had lasagna for a couple of years when I was growing up too, and was it like it's like an Italian Christmas almost?
I don't know if it's they spend a lot of Christmas Day going house to house, at least in the past. I don't know what they're doing this year. So they had a lot of traditional Christmas fare everywhere else. So they just wanted something that was different. So that's the reason why they did lasagna, is my understanding. But we do stockings now. We don't do presents because we're all, the kids get presents, but
right.
Little kids. But all of us adults, we don't need anything.
Yeah, it's way too stressful to buy something for every single adult.
Yeah, we did draw names for a while, and that was even too much. So now I think we sometimes were drawing names for stockings, and I don't even know if we're doing that now. I haven't seen it in a while. So I think we've just decided if we find something for somebody, we'll stick it in their stocking, But.
Yeah. My fiance Tamara's family, they drew names this year, and I got my future father-in-law, and I'm going to get him a bottle of tequila. He's from Mexico. He's from Michoacan, Mexico, and he goes back almost every single year, but this year he decided to stay home. So I've got to figure out what kind of tequila to get him. I was asking people at work, like, what kind of tequila is good, and then he was like, oh, you can get Don Julio. I'm like, how much is it? Oh, it's like $60. I was like, let's talk about, let's go a notch lower. I'm like, oh, $1,800. I was like, okay.
Right, yeah. Well, and that's one of the things I've learned over the last few years is my parents are in their 80s, and they don't need things. They've got plenty of things. They've accumulated plenty of things over 63 years of marriage. Mm-hmm. And so I buy my mother, sometimes I'll buy them concert tickets, or I'll buy them something like that, or I buy my dad booze for his birthday every year, because it's just, consumables and experiences is pretty much what people remember the most. That tchotchke that you sit on the bookcase, just collects dust most of the year. So it's once you get to a certain age, you just want to experience and have a good time with stuff. So
yeah, memories and consumables is honestly the way to go. I remember a couple years ago, someone got me as a Secret Santa, and they just got me literally a candle, and I'm just like, it wasn't even like a fancy one. It was just like the candle wax base. I'm like, wow, I cannot wait to put this on the shelf for 5 to 10 years, and either regift it or throw it out. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
As far as my Christmas traditions go, again, they evolve over the years, and family members die, and certain traditions don't stay intact. But over the past couple of years, my brother, this is the first year he'll be in North Carolina in many years. His wife is stationed at Fort Bragg, and we're going down to his place. And we're doing the Die Hard Christmas Eve, and we watch Die Hard and have wings and pizza, stuff that's easy. Stuff that's easy to get, and we got gifts for the Jackson, my nephew. But yes, he is very serious about the Die Hard Christmas. I saw someone that we both know on Twitter the other day say, dudes with no personalities say that Die Hard is their favorite Christmas movie. And you know what I had to say to that? I've been accused of a lot of things, but I've never been accused of not having a personality. And it is one of my favorite Christmas movies.
It ranks right up there. Yeah, and it's totally a Christmas movie. I just went to the Howl. They had it on. I don't know if it's still on or not, but they had it on as part of their Christmas retrospective or whatever. And they're limited seating and all this sort of stuff. But it was $8, and I got to see it on the big screen.
Yeah.
Hello. There's no better Christmas tradition than that.
Right. Yes, it's enjoyable every year. It's a tradition.
Well, somebody used to say it's not Christmas till Hans Gruber falls off the Nakatomi Tower.
That's right. One of my other favorite Christmas traditions is watching in some form a version of Christmas Carol. Christmas Carol is one of my favorite stories, plays, pieces of art, period, ever made by the great Charles Dickens. And I usually watch the Muppet version. In recent years, I honestly have to say the Jim Carrey version is quite good because it stays so close to the novella. It's basically word for word the novella, plus a little action sequence for the kids. That's basically it. And he plays multiple roles. And speaking of which, this past year, the good people at CST wanted to revamp their annual tradition of doing a Christmas Carol. They had stopped doing it for a couple of years because they did it 10 years in a row, and they wanted to do new Christmas stories. But this year, with COVID and the fact that they had a warehouse full of 10 years worth of Christmas Carol stuff, they wanted to see if they could do a scaled down, social distance friendly version of A Christmas Carol. So I decided that I had the idea for a scaled down version for a couple of years, and I'd wanted to direct it eventually if they ever did it again, and I figured they would eventually do it again, just not every single year. And so I was like, well, I always had this idea that one person could play all four ghosts, Marley, and past, present, and future, and there could be some other scaled down and omitted characters. So I started thinking about it more and more, and I just took the script and I kind of whittled it down. I brought on some other friends of mine as writers, and basically around the beginning of October, we had this little script of a scaled down version of A Christmas Carol called A COVID Christmas Carol, where 5 performers played 17 of the classic characters, Scrooge, Bob Cratchit, the ghost, and all that. And just a few characters and scenes were omitted, but mostly we got the spirit in there because they said they wanted it to be an hour long with no intermission, so I adhere to that. So what we have for you today as a special kind of presentation, Meta Toole was kind enough to go down and videotape it for us, and also kind enough to take pictures. Thank you, Meta. That is much appreciated. Because my budget was $0, and I needed all the help I could get. And I had some wonderful people backstage, Tamara, my fiancée Tamara, Kathy, and the wonderful people on stage. Let me go ahead and mention them because I'm going to forget. The wonderful people, my wonderful cast, Keith Parrish playing the role of Scrooge for the 3rd time. Keenan Stewart playing all 4 ghosts. Dylan Atwood, who has been on the NLT stage, as has Keith Parrish. Dylan plays Bob Cratchit in the younger versions of Scrooge. And Alyssa Bayless from Kinston, who is an awesome little actress that I just loved working with so much, who plays most of the female roles plus a couple of boy roles here and there. So we did it. We pulled it off last weekend, and it was well received. And Meta was, like I said, Meta was kind enough to come down and shoot it for us. And we're going to have just the audio for you today as a part of our podcast, and we hope you enjoy it. We'll be back starting in January with regular episodes. I believe our next up in January is going to be Patsy Castellano, and
I think Rick is first.
Yeah, Rick was first. So we got Rick and Patsy coming up in the month of January. But for Christmas, I wanted to do something a little bit special, and honestly, this was kind of it's rights free, so we can distribute it however we want. And CST was kind enough to let us use the audio. It's pretty much their version of the script, so they own the rights to that particular version of the script, the Nathan Bradshaw adapted from the Charles Dickens novella. So they were kind enough to let us use the audio. So we hope you sit back and enjoy it with your family, or by yourself, or in the car on the way to your family. Any way you want to do it. But this is a version of Christmas Carol that was shot live, so the audio is going to be live. It's not going to be quite as good or polished as our podcast presentations, but you'll be able to hear the audience reaction, the socially distanced, limited audience reaction, and we hope you enjoy it. Honestly, I haven't heard it myself, so this is going to be a new experience for all of us.
Right. I was going to say, and one of the things people have to know, because it loses a little bit if you're only doing the audio, is Mrs. Cratchit and all of the Cratchit children. The Cratchit children are all played by puppets.
Yes, that was, yes. I appear as Mrs. Cratchit, and I also play the voice of the children, and they're puppets on my hand, as well as someone hiding behind me with 2 other puppets. So on audio, that's probably not going to translate as well. So
the laughter of the audience doesn't make any sense unless you know the fact that
yes.
Mrs. Cratchit is Matt in drag and with a lot of puppets behind him doing
Yes.
all the children.
Which I think for the most part worked. That was a weird idea that we kind of pulled off. Yeah, the puppets were appropriately what's the word? Silly. But we're going to go ahead and let you listen to it here. We don't want to make this episode too long, but we hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays, and celebrate it however you feel is the safest way. Ain't you, Daddy? Celebrate how you want to. But we'll be back at the beginning of the new year with new episodes and new one-on-one interviews. So say Merry Christmas, Mita.
Merry Christmas, Mita.
Thank you. All right. Coming up is A Christmas Carol, a slightly truncated version, a COVID Christmas Carol, if you will. All right. Listen to it.
Matt, are you sure it's okay for us to be here?
Nah, you worry too much. Besides, they didn't want us in here. They should have had better security. And who doesn't want to check up on an empty theater every once in a while,
Yeah, that's a good point. I have really missed this place. It's nice to see everything again.
Hi, guys.
Alyssa! You scared us. Me and Keenan thought we were the only ones in here.
Well, I thought the same thing, but I'm just here to check up on the Paramount. It's been such a long time since I've been here.
Doing here?
No.
We're checking up on the Paramount. What are you guys doing here?
Same as you. Great minds, huh? We just wanted to come by and see the Paramount again.
Wait. Keith, Dylan, Alyssa, I gotta ask, how did the 3 of you get in here? Because Matt and I had to break a window.
We just walked in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not locked.
Yeah, it's open tonight.
Well, I guess we should have checked that. Oh well.
Well, it's great to see you guys. How have you been?
Well, you know, same old, trying to survive 2020.
Weren't we all?
Yeah. This year has been the worst. It's been the worst year since 2009.
What was so bad about 2009?
That's when Glee premiered.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah. You know, I think something that's made this year so tough is it's taken so many of the simple little things that we all took for granted. You know, like, I don't know about you guys, but something I've really missed is getting together with my friends and putting on a show. You know, just being on stage with an audience, having a great time at the theater. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, I really miss how we used to just get together and the shows we used to do at this time of year.
Yeah, it's hard to believe there won't be one this year.
Hold on, guys. Let's not be so down.
What do you mean?
I mean, what's keeping us from performing a show on this stage right here, right now?
Oh, us do a Christmas show?
Why not?
Well, for one thing, we haven't rehearsed. I mean, we're just 5 random people who showed up here for no particular reason without any intention of putting on a play or anything.
That hasn't stopped us before.
Yeah, fair point. But would we even have an audience?
Sure. Just look.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I see like 6 or 7 people out there. It's about as good as any other show.
Hey, isn't that your brother?
Yeah. Hey, Ma. So, let's give these nice 6 or 7 people some holiday cheer by performing a Christmas show, okay?
All right. But what should we do?
Oh, I know. What if we did White Christmas?
Just like the one.
Never mind. Musicals are out.
No musicals.
Yeah. Okay. What else?
What else?
I know. What's the name? It's that story. It's about Christmas. Christmas Story.
Oh, no, the stupid BB gun and the leg lamp. If you want to watch that, just see the marathon on TBS.
Miracle on 34th Street?
Oh, the 2-hour Macy's commercial? Hard pass.
Ooh, how about the Grinch?
No, we don't have the makeup budget for that.
Got it. It's obvious, you guys. The greatest Christmas movie of all time. Die Hard!
Oh my God, that's not a Christmas movie!
Are you serious? What is more Christmas than when John McClane says, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!"
You can't say that in Goldsboro.
Oh, yeah, that's right. My bad. Prudes.
All right. So no one has one we can agree on?
Christmas Carol?
Oh, it's not my favorite.
I like the Muppet one.
I'm okay with it.
Ooh, dibs on Scrooge.
We can't do that, Keith. We don't even know if we're doing that play, and that's the main character.
No, it's too late. I already called it, and besides, I shaved this way.
Wait a second. Won't people get tired if we just do the same thing we've already done?
It works when Disney does it. Watch Mulan, streaming now on Disney+.
Okay, we seem to be in agreement. A Christmas Carol it is. So yes, Keith, you can be Scrooge.
Yes, third time, booyah!
Well, all right, but who should the rest of us be?
Nah, we'll figure that out as we go along.
Hey guys, there's a box backstage and it says Christmas Carol on it, and there's costumes and props in it.
Wow, that's a luckier coincidence than the fact we all showed up here wearing microphones.
Yep, very handy. Very handy indeed.
So
I'm
what
sure
should-
glad that's the show we decided to do.
So what should we do? Just grab the props and costumes and go backstage and
Yes.
spread out and do the show?
Go find a spot backstage and let's get started. All right.
Wait,
All right.
does anyone remember how the show actually starts?
Yes. Marley was dead to begin with, and then yada, 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 cut to Scrooge and Marley's counting house.
Okay.
All right, folks, we're going to give this a shot here. Come on, let's hear it for a COVID Christmas Carol! Cut it, Mike, cut it. Sorry, folks, I forgot. We have to give old Scrooge some time to change backstage, and I have to what they do and they say in the industry to fill. Keenan, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Come out here,
what's up, man?
please.
What's up?
Keenan, I am going to need you. What is that?
Oh, well, I heard you say we needed to fill while Keith gets changed, so I just thought it might be fun to do like a scene or two from Die Hard. You know, now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. Come on, man.
No Die Hard.
What about Home Alone? It's like the family-friendly Die Hard.
No.
Fine.
Besides, Keenan, I need you to play the ghosts.
What ghost?
All of them.
All of them.
Starting with Marley.
Wow. I don't even know how I'd play the ghost of Bob Marley, but I'll give it a shot. I don't have dreadlocks. Buffalo Soldier!
Stop. You're going to get us all fired.
All right.
No, not Bob Marley. Jacob Marley. Scrooge's dead partner. At the beginning of the play, he has been dead 7 years.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Okay. All right. Well, what about Fred? Can I play Fred? I played him before. You know, Scrooge's
Nope.
nephew.
No Fred. Fred's cut.
Fred's cut.
He's cut. Fans cut. Those two little weird children that crawls out of President's robe, they're cut too.
Wow. That's a tough break for all the fan stands out in the audience. Okay. Well, you won't let me play Fred. You won't let me sing Bob Marley. You won't let me do Die Hard. So what exactly do you suggest we do to fill for time while Keith gets changed? Just read a bunch of random facts about Charles Dickens and his life?
That's exactly what we're going to do, Keenan. You're
That's
a genius.
Least interesting, but fine.
Here we go. Old Wikipedia.
Okay.
Getting your money's worth.
Reliable.
Okay. Got it. Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens was born in Portsmouth, England in 1812. Dickens left school to work in a factory when his father was incarcerated in a debtor's prison. Despite his lack of formal education, he edited a weekly journal for 20 years, wrote 15 novels, 5 novellas, hundreds of short stories, and campaigned vigorously for children's rights, education, and other social reforms.
Wow, quite the busy beaver.
Indeed. Among his most famous works are Great Expectations.
Never read it.
Nah, I mean, they assigned it in high school. Something about a wedding cake and a blue dress. I don't know. A Tale of Two Cities.
Oh, best of times, worst of times, kind of like 2020.
Yeah. And David Copperfield.
Oh, about the magician. Nice.
No, not about the magician. Orphan boy becomes rich, becomes poor again.
Are you sure that's not Harry Potter?
No, Charles Dickens.
All right.
He saw Abraham Lincoln make a speech on April 11th, 1862, and swore to himself on that day that that would be the last speech Lincoln would ever give. He plotted an assassination conspiracy, and on the evening of April 14th, he shot and killed the president. He made a dramatic leap to the stage and shouted, "Sic semper tyrannis!" and escaped. He was later captured in Virginia and shot in a farmhouse.
Wait. That doesn't sound too much like Charles Dickens anymore. It sounds a lot more like John Wilkes Booth.
No, Charles Dickens. It says right here, Charles Dickens. Did you know that Charles Dickens played Brutus in a production of Julius Caesar with his brother?
Huh. Well, it does say it on the internet, so it has to be true.
There you go.
Learn something every day.
There you go.
All right, you reckon that's enough time for Keith to get changed?
God, I hope so.
Me too.
Let me ask. Hey, Keith, are you ready?
Other than that, did Mrs. Lincoln enjoy the play?
He's ready, folks. All right, for reals this time. Let's hear it for A COVID Christmas Carol!
Cratchit!
Yes, sir.
Finalize the foreclosure letter on the Wilkins house. I wish to act on it first thing after the funeral.
I thought Mrs. Wilkins sent you a posthumous letter from Master Richard. You knew him, personally, that is.
Whatever I may have known personally will be buried on Sunday, so I will act on the mortgage professionally on Monday.
Yes, of course, sir. By the by, Merry Christmas, sir.
Bah! Humbug.
Sir, Christmas a humbug? Oh, you don't mean that, I am sure.
I do. Merry Christmas. What right have you to be merry? What reason have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
What right have you to be dismal? You're rich enough.
Bah! Humbug. Merry Christmas. What is Christmas to you but a time for paying your bills with no money? A time for finding yourself a year older and not a penny richer. If I had my way, every idiot that goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding and buried with a sprig of holly stuck through his heart.
But, sir...
Mr. Cratchit, you keep Christmas in your way and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it? But you don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone, then. And another word from you and you will keep Christmas by losing your position. Ugh. My clerk, Bob Cratchit. A wife and family, 10 shillings a week. Bob indeed, he hasn't a bob to his name. Merry Christmas. I'll retire to Bedlam.
Scrooge and Marley's, I believe. Have I the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley is dead. He died 7 years ago this very evening.
I am heartily sorry to hear that, sir. I have no doubt that Mr. Marley's liberality is well preserved by his surviving partner. At this festive time of year, Mr. Scrooge, it is more than usually desirable that we should provide for the less fortunate, who suffer greatly at this time of year. Many thousands are in want of common comforts. Hundreds of thousands are in want of common necessities.
Are there no prisons?
Plenty of prisons.
And the Union Workhouse is still in operation?
They are, though I wish I could say that they were not.
Oh, good. From what you had said at first, I was afraid that something had occurred to stop them in their useful operation. I'm glad to hear it.
I find that at this time of year, want is keenly felt, and abundance rejoices. So what shall I put you down for?
Nothing.
You wish to remain anonymous.
I wish to be left alone. Since you asked me what I wish, that is my response. I do not make merry myself at Christmas, and I cannot afford to make idle people merry either. My taxes go for the establishments that I have mentioned. If the poor are badly off, then they need to go there.
But, sir, many can't go there, and many would rather die.
If they would rather die, then let them do it. Decrease the surplus population. In any case, my business is not to interfere in other people's business. And my business occupies me constantly. Good afternoon.
But, sir...
Good afternoon! You'll want the whole day off tomorrow, I suppose.
Yes, sir. If it's quite convenient, sir.
It is not convenient, and it is not fair. If I was to deduct half a crown from your wage, you would think yourself ill-used. But you don't think me ill-used when I pay a full day's wage for no work? Ugh. Be here all the earlier the next day.
Yes, sir. I will, sir. Thank you, sir. And Merry Christmas. Yes, well, good night, sir.
No more work. I'll take the long trek home. I have arrived at home. Scrooge. What was that? Scrooge! Jacob? Humbug. Humbug. Humbug, I say. Humbug! Call a humbug! Humbug!
Scrooge. Ebenezer Scrooge.
How now, what do you want of me? Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley. You don't believe me?
I don't.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because a little thing can make them cheat. A slight disorder of the stomach causes tricks. You're nothing more than a bit of underdone beef, a spot of mustard, an undercooked potato. There's more of gravy than of grave about you, whatever you are. Humbug, I say, humbug.
Ah!
Mercy, dreadful apparition, why do you walk the earth to trouble me? You're chained, fettered. Why?
I wear the chain I forged in life. Is its pattern strange to you?
Speak comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give. Comfort comes from other regions, Ebenezer. I cannot stop. I cannot rest. In life, my spirit never walked beyond our counting house. Mark me!
But you were always a good man of business, Jacob.
Business. Business. Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, benevolence, these were all my business. I think of the star that led the wise men to a humble abode so many years ago. Were there no poor homes to which its light might have conducted me? Hear me, Ebenezer.
I will, Jacob, I will.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Is that the chance that you mentioned? I think I'd rather not.
Without their visits, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Expect the first tomorrow, when the clock strikes 1.
Say, couldn't I have them all at once and have it over with?
Expect the second on the next night, at the same hour of 1, and the third upon the next night, when the last stroke of midnight tolls. Look to see me no more, and look that for your own sake, you remember what has happened between us. Remember, Ebenezer. Remember.
Oh, dear. Quarter past the hour. Half past the hour. itself. Nothing. Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me?
I am.
Who or what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, your past.
Well, what business, if I may be so bold to ask, brings you here?
Your welfare.
Well, I am much obliged, but I think a full night's rest would serve my welfare much better.
Your reclamation, then. Take heed, rise, and travel with me.
Where are we going?
Work with me here, man.
Oh.
Do you know this place?
Yes, I was a boy here. It's my old school. Why are we here, Spirit?
The schoolhouse is not quite yet deserted. A solitary child, neglected by his friends, is left there still.
I know it.
Come on, Willie.
So long, Ebenezer. Have a happy Christmas.
So long, Willie.
Willie, it's not nice to wish Happy Christmas to Ebenezer, not when you know he won't have one.
But I don't understand. Why must he spend the holiday alone?
Shh. Come on, Willie, let's go.
Merry Christmas. Humbug on that.
Poor boy. But it wasn't all misery and schoolwork. There was Fan.
Ah, yes, Fan, your dear sweet sister. Always such an innocent creature whom a breath might have withered.
But she had a large heart.
And yet she died, a young woman.
Oh, Spirit.
I wonder what that kind, sweet sister would think of her brother now.
Spirit,
Come, let us see another Christmas from another time. Conversations and merriment from your past.
It's Fezziwig. It's old Fezziwig. He gave me my first job, you know.
All right, my lads, no more work tonight. Clear away and make lots of room. Tally-ho, Dick. Cheer up, Ebenezer. Musicians, tune up. Welcome one and all to Fezziwig's annual Christmas ball. An evening of music, drink, and dance, good food, good friends, and perhaps romance. For Christmas time is a season of plenty, so let each man eat and drink for 20!
It's all in fun and fun for all at Fezziwig's fanciest Christmas ball.
A small matter to make these silly folks so full of gratitude.
Small?
Is it not? He has spent but a few pounds of your mortal money.
Well, it's not that, Spirit. Fezziwig's power lies in things like words and actions. Things that are so small and insignificant that they cannot be counted or tallied with mere money.
What is the matter?
Nothing. No. I wish I could have a word with my clerk, Bob Cratchit, right now.
I needed some air.
Yes, it's a bit stuffy in there.
So, Ebenezer, what is your answer?
Belle, you tease me so.
And yet you give no answer.
Very well. If I was to marry for love or for money, is this a moral question?
You answer my questions with one of your own, and still no answer.
Perhaps I shall marry my occupation then, and thus be in love with money.
Oh, poor Mr. Scrooge, locked up in some counting house all day, surrounded by cash and checks and debits.
Belle, you jest, but I am in earnest. If I am ever to marry, I must not allow myself to fail in supporting my wife or our children. I must devote myself to being a responsible husband and father. Must I not?
I see.
Belle, if love were measured in money, I would count myself richer than the Queen herself, holding the dearest treasure in all the world.
Quick, my time grows short.
matters little to you, very little. Another idol has displaced me, and if it can cheer and comfort you in this time to come, as I would have tried to, I have no just cause to grieve.
What idol has displaced you?
A golden one.
This, then, is the even-handed dealing of the world.
You fear the world too much. I've seen your nobler aspirations fall off one by one until the master passion gain engrosses you entirely.
What then? Even if I have grown so much wiser, what then? I am not changed towards you, am I?
Our contract is an old one. You have changed. When it was written, you were another man.
I was a boy.
That which promised happiness when we were one in heart is full of misery now that we are two. How often I have thought of this, I will not say. But it is enough that I have thought of it. And so, I release you.
Have I ever sought release?
In words, never. In your changed nature.
You think so?
I would gladly think otherwise if I could, but I do, and so I release you with a full heart for the love of him you once were. May you be happy in the life that you've chosen.
Him I once was. Belle. Spirit, Spirit, I can bear it no more. Please, take me from this place. No. I don't wish to see any more, no. No more. Nothing.
Ebenezer Scrooge! Come in and know me better, man. I am the ghost of Christmas present. Look upon me. You have never seen the like of me before?
You were in the last two scenes.
You have never seen the like of me before?
No, never.
I've never walked forth with my elder brothers.
Have you many brothers, Spirit?
More than 1,800. Come, let us go forth.
Oi, watch where you're stepping, mate.
My step is straight. It's you that's bobbling about the whole street. Dipped into the mulled wine already, haven't we?
Why, the nerve of ya, and on Christmas Day.
It's a right shame to crawl on Christmas Day. Here, I think this one's yours.
Aye, and here's your pie. No harm done.
Be mindful where you're walking with that feast of yours.
Merry Christmas!
And a Happy New Year to you!
Spirit, is there a particular flavor in that which you sprinkle from your torch?
There is. My own. Though my torch was originally designed to keep people 6 feet apart, so sometimes it is only 95% effective.
Well, would it serve any meal given this day?
Any kindly given, but a poor one most.
Why a poor one most?
Because it needs it most. Ah, Bob Cratchit's dwelling.
Peter? Oh, Peter!
Yes, Mother?
Keep stirring those potatoes, my love. Mother, when's Father getting home? Because Peter's being annoying. Now, Belinda, you have enough chores to keep yourself occupied. Try and keep your bonnet on straight. The goose! Oh, what a goose! I saw it outside. I know it's our own.
Does that mean he gets to have the first piece? He told me it does, but I think I should have the first piece.
All right, children. Now, you know that your father shares the first piece with Tiny Tim. But I'm more worried about your sister Martha. She won't as late last Christmas by half an hour. Why does Tiny Tim always get to have the first piece, Mother?
Yeah, why does he always get to? Because you little heathens wouldn't leave him a crumb.
Ah, Martha's here. Give her kisses. My dear, how late you are.
Sorry, Mother.
Well, as long as you're here now, come and have yourself a warm by the fire.
No, Father's coming. Hide, Martha, hide!
Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Hello, Cratchit family, one and all.
Merry Christmas, me love. Come on, Tim. Come on, Peter. Let's go fetch the pudding and the goose. Mind Tiny Tim, children. Oh, he's so frail. Now, how about the lovely wife who bore you all these children has been slaving away at your Christmas dinner?
For you, the merriest of Christmases.
And how did little Tiny Tim behave?
As good as gold and better. He gets so thoughtful sitting by himself and thinks the strangest things you've ever heard. He told me coming home that he hoped the people in church saw him today because he was a cripple, and that upon Christmas Day it may be pleasant to them to remember who made lame beggars walk and blind men see.
Robert.
He's getting stronger every day, Emily.
Spirit, such a small goose and meager helpings of apples and potatoes and pudding and such.
And yet, with everyone having something to say about it, no one says or thinks at all that it is a small feast.
A toast, my dears. Merry Christmas to us all. God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Mr. Scrooge.
Bob?
I give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. If he were here, I'd show him a bit of me mind.
My dear, the children, Christmas Day.
All right. For the children, my love. And for you, but not for him. Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge. I'm sure wherever you are, you're very happy, very warm. I've no doubt.
Spirit, tell me, will Tiny Tim live?
I see a vacant seat in the poor chimney corner, and a crutch without an owner carefully preserved.
Oh, Spirit!
If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die. But if he be like to die, he had better hurry up and do it, and decrease the surplus population.
Spirit, no!
Come, my time grows short.
Well, are spirits' lives so short?
My life upon this globe is very brief. It ends tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight at midnight. Hark!
Spirit, please don't leave. I'm learning so much.
I'm afraid I must, in fact.
But, Spirit, I am learning, please.
And now I leave you with the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
The future?
That is what yet to come means. Go forth and know him better, man.
I'm in the presence of the ghost of Christmas yet to come. You are going to show me shadows of the things that have not occurred but will occur in the time before us. Ghost of the future, I fear you more than any specter that I have seen. But since I know that your purpose is to do me good, and I wish to emerge as a changed man, I will bear your company and do so with a glad heart. Will you not speak to me? Yes. Lead on. The night is waning fast and the time is precious to me, I know.
Well, old Scratch has got his own at last, eh?
I don't know much about it.
All I know is that he's dead.
Look here, old Joe.
Come into the parlor, then. There ain't such a rusty bit of metal as these doors' hinges, I believe. And I know there's no bones as old as mine.
Who's the worse for a loss of a few things like these? Not a dead man, I suppose.
That is true indeed.
We're not going to poke holes in each other's coats now, are we?
No, indeed. We should hope not.
Open the bundle, Joe, and let me know the value of it. We know pretty well we were helping ourselves, I believe. It's no sin. Open her up, Joe!
All right.
Spirit, I recognize these items. That tin, that seal stamp, no great value, but they are familiar.
What do you call this, then?
Bed curtains!
Bed curtains. You don't mean to tell me you took them down rings and all with him lying there, did you?
Yes, I do, and why not? Don't spill any oil on those blankets.
His blankets?
Whose else do you think? He isn't likely to take cold without them, I dare say. You won't find a hole in that shirt, nor a threadband place. It's the best he had, and a fine one, too. They'd have wasted it if it wasn't for me.
What do you mean, wasted it?
Putting it on him to be buried, for sure. Someone was fool enough to do it, but I took it off him again.
Well done, my dear. Bravo.
Good Lord, how horrible. They might as well mock at the corpse itself. Spirit, I see. The life of this man might be my own. My life does tend that way now. Is that the man who died? You wish me to look upon him? I cannot, Spirit, I cannot. I know what you wish of me, but I do not have the strength. Spirit, please show me some tenderness connected with the death, or that dark chamber that we just left will be forever present to me. No, not Tiny Tim.
And I know, my dears, that when we recollect how patient and how mild he was, although he was just a little child, we shall not quarrel easily among ourselves, for to do so would be to forget poor Tiny Tim. So let us celebrate the life he shared with us. I am happy. I am happy.
Is there nothing we can... But these are shadows insensible to us. Must this family face such a day? Must there be such a Christmas? Spirit, I do not know how, but something informs me that our time of parting draws near, and I must know, who was that man who is dead? Before I draw near to that stone to which you point, I must know, are these the shadows of things that will be, or are they the shadows of things that may be? Ebenezer Scrooge! No, Spirit, no! I am not the man that I once was. I am not the man that I would have been but for this intervention. Why show me these things if I am beyond all hope? Spirit, I will live in the past, the present, and the future, and all three shall strive within me. I shall not shut out the lessons that they teach. Oh, Spirit, tell me I may sponge away the writing on this stone. my bed, my room, my bed curtains. They're not torn down, rings and all. They are here. I am here. Oh, spirits, spirits of Christmas and Jacob Marley be praised. I will live in the past, the present, and the future, and all three shall strive within me. Oh, Jacob, I say it, Jacob. I promise I will. I'm as light as an angel. I'm as happy as a schoolboy. I'm as giddy as a drunken man. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what month it is. I'm quite a baby. Boy?
Hello.
What day is it?
Today? Why, today's Christmas Day!
Christmas Day! I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. Well, of course they have. They're spirits. They can do anything they like, right, Justin? Do you know the Poulters in the next street?
I should hope I did.
Oh, a clever boy, an intelligent boy. Have they sold the prize turkey that was hanging there? Not the little one, but the big one.
The one as big as me?
Yes, my young buck, the one as big as you.
Well, it's hanging there now.
It is. Go and buy it.
Take a walk.
No, I am in earnest. Go and buy it and take it to Bob Cratchit's house and I'll give you a shilling. And if you do it in under 15 minutes, I'll give you half a crown.
Oh boy, yes, sir!
Bob won't know who sent it. It will be such a laugh to send it to him. Fezziwig himself never made such a laugh as sending it to Bob will be.
Where did this huge turkey come from?
I don't know. A young boy delivered it a few minutes ago.
Woo! Bob Cratchit!
Mr. Scrooge, sir, whatever are you doing here on Christmas Day?
Why were you not at work today?
Well, I thought you told me I could have the day off, sir.
This will not stand.
I'm so sorry, sir. It's only once a year. It won't happen again.
I have put up with this for quite long enough. And so therefore, I am about to raise your salary. Yes, Bob, I'm going to raise your salary. And I'm going to help you care for your struggling family. Now, tomorrow when you come to work, I want you to buy another scuttle of coal and throw a coal in the fire before you dot another I, Bob Cratchit. And is this your lovely wife?
How'd you do?
This is my Emily.
Oh, and this is Tiny Tim, so he did not die.
What are you talking about? It's right here.
Well, it doesn't matter. What matters is that I say to you and everyone here,
Yippee-ki-yay!
No, die hard!
It was worth a shot.
No, what we need to say is God bless us, everyone. For everybody.
God bless us, everyone.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I feel a lot better.
Me too. I mean, a little Christmas spirit really does go a long way, doesn't it?
It does help take the sting out of things.
Yeah, this year has been pretty hard. I mean, there were all the celebrities who died. You had Kobe Bryant, Sean Connery,
Eddie Van Halen,
Ruth Bader Ginsburg,
Alex Trebek,
Chadwick Boseman.
Wakanda forever. But still, this year hasn't been all that bad. I did get engaged.
Oh! Congratulations, Alyssa! We didn't get the invite.
No.
We also learned all about the plight of tiger captivity from a Netflix documentary. And I had to learn what a throuple was.
We also learned that aliens do exist, but we don't care.
Surprisingly, we got a sequel to Borat out of nowhere.
And we learned a new respect for healthcare workers, teachers, and emergency responders.
And last year, right about this time, on a hunch, I invested in a company that makes face masks. And man, that stock just took off.
Oh, good for you. Good for you.
Hey, what are y'all doing in here?
I told you we could.
I'm sorry, sir. We were just trying to restore some hope and sanctity to 2020 by performing a Christmas carol.
Did you not see the signs on the door outside?
What are you talking about?
We discovered murder hornet nests in here. We're about to get the building.
Murder hornets.
Murder hornets. I hear them. They're angry.
Credits for the show. Your creator and host is Matt Gore. That's me. The producer is Meta Toole. Music is by Cody Walker. Please like and follow, share and subscribe Cody Walker Music on Facebook. He's a local boy. He is from Smithfield, North Carolina, and he was kind enough to do some original guitar tracks for us, so we don't have to use canned music and get sued. So until next time on Neuse Little Podcast, we'll see you later.